What's going on, guys? Jay the Black here. Shout out to everybody tuning in. I want to talk about Tyreek Hill. I've spoken about Tyreek Hill a few different times. He's been in a lot of different issues, and one in particular was with a IG model, OnlyFans girl, whatever you want to call her, influencer. I'll just say influencer because that's what they all call themselves these days. Her name is Sophie Hall. Now, I actually made a video about her original lawsuit towards Tyreek Hill. I'll link that video in the description box. Excellent commentary by me. And I spoke about the initial lawsuit and what happened and how they met. Apparently, he had a football camp. She had her son there, and they exchanged information and started hanging out. He injured her leg on a football drill, and according to her, he was upset that she made him look bad on a previous drill, and that people that were there, who was his family members, were laughing at it. And she felt like he broke her leg on purpose. Well, apparently, there's been some new details, and apparently she still continued to deal with him after he injured her leg. Now, I told y'all this in my initial video. She was only suing him for close to $50,000. She could have sued for more, but I felt like she only sued for her medical expenses because I think that she, wants to keep things on good terms, but she wants him to pay her hospital bill, and suing him for $50,000, in her mind, to him, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. He would cover it. Right? Because she wants to continue. I still believe that, to this day, wants to continue to have some sort of relationship or situationship with him, even though he has a whole wife. Now, at the time when this incident happened, I don't know if he was married to his wife yet. I believe he was in a relationship with her. But that doesn't matter to a lot of these influencers. They get the attention of these NFL players or NBA players. They don't care if he's single, in a relationship, or married. They're going to dive in. And the thing with Tyreek Hill is this. This man has numerous children. He has north of 10 kids, I believe, by numerous women, including the woman that is with now his wife. This man likes impregnating women. Now, I want people to understand something. This guy has been in all sorts of incidences. One recently, he was stopped by the police unnecessarily. You had that situation. He had a fire at his house. Again, the whole divorcing the wife, not divorcing the wife. I mean, Tyreek finds himself in situations. He had that serious situation years ago. I'm not going to talk about it. You can go do your own research on that, which is why he's on the Miami Dolphins probably in the first place. He's had a lot of issues over the years. It stems back to when he was in college. Tyreek Hill has always found himself getting into these type of issues, but his main issue is women. He likes impregnating women like he did with this influencer, Sophie Hall, a woman who he had relations with after he broke her leg. What does that tell you about Sophie? What does that tell you about her? You know what I'm saying? So that's why when I saw that she wasn't really suing for that much, just hospital bills, it showed me she still wants to continue some sort of situationship with Tyreek Hill. Now let's get into the particular of this article. According to Yahoo News, some new once private details are emerging in the OnlyFans model's civil lawsuit against Tyreek Hill. Sophie Hall is suing the Miami Dolphins star, alleging assault, battery, and negligence for fracturing her right leg during an impromptu football lesson at his Southwest Ranches mansion on June 28, 2023. So he was definitely with his wife during that time. He was definitely, and that's the thing, I don't know, maybe at the time him and his wife were separated, but the fact that they were at his house, that's crazy to me. The plus size influencer is seeking up to $75,000 in damages, according to the suit filed in Broward County Circuit Court last February by Jonathan, is it Jadansky or Gdansky? The suit maintains that during the friendly training drills in his backyard, Hill ran over Hall violently with great force, causing her to break her leg. In the deposition viewed by the Daily Mail, Hall admits that despite crying in pain and being unable to walk after the incident, she had relations with Hill hours later and again the day after. Why do you think that he flew you out? You know what I'm saying? He didn't care that you were in pain. He wanted to get some. That's why you were there. Now that's crazy if that's true, but this is according to her. Now, why would you have relations with this guy? Did she feel like, I won't say she felt cornered and trapped, but maybe he was paying for her to be there and she had nowhere else, no way financially of being able to go. I don't know where she lives. I'm assuming she lives in Florida. So she could have left. That is crazy that she claims that he broke her leg, but you have relations with him hours later. You didn't go to the hospital, and then the next day you have relations with him again. Now, mind you, she just met this dude. She had just met him, and she was already at his house. And then this happens. You see, that's what Tyreek Hill sees. Now, this is all from her side of the deposition, but basically, she's basically saying that she was there to service him because despite having a broken leg, he wanted to smash, and they smashed. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. Tyreek Hill is, he is I wouldn't say addict, but the guy definitely just likes sleeping with all these different. I'm surprised he didn't get her pregnant. The 35-year-old Tampa resident says because was limping, the wide receiver 30 gave her ice as well as a piggyback ride up to his bedroom where they became intimate. So he basically put some ice on it, gave her a piggyback ride to the bedroom, and they became intimate. He said, "Oh no, we got to." It's just crazy. I'm telling you. And she ain't the only one. There's a lot of these so-called influencers who be hooking up with these athletes, and they be bringing these women to their houses just to sleep with them. Right now, they don't have a story of getting, injured or anything like that, but they probably got some wild stories. Hall explained she did not call the cops, leave the home, or ask to stay in a different room because the NFL standout was no longer acting aggressive. After the plays, it went back to a normal demeanor, so he was being more himself. The UK native deposition reads, she says, "I wanted comfort. I felt very vulnerable in that moment. I was injured." The model, who met Hill because her preteen son was attending his football camp in Boke, reportedly went on to spend more days at the home before returning home to receive medical care. Hall subsequently required surgery with metal hardware implantation. Hill's attorney, Robert Horowitz, argues agreed to physical contact and conducted herself in a careless and negligent manner. At one point, tripping over a dog. The attorney also argued that she had pre-existing knee injury. That's crazy. Okay, let me just say this. That's a very crazy thing to say, because you're not denying what she's saying. You're basically saying that she's a big, clumsy female, because I believe she's over 6 feet. She's over 6 feet. She's a tall chick. And he's saying, well, she's clumsy, that, you know, and she had a pre-existing knee injury. But why didn't he get her help? It's because this guy was cheating, and he didn't want nobody to know she was at his house. Now, again, he wasn't married to his wife, but I believe he was dating her at the time. And he didn't want nobody to know she was there. This guy don't even have like a traveling doctor that could just come to the house. You know, a lot of people who have money have a doctor they could just call to the house, or somebody who's in the medical field they can call to the house, especially being a professional athlete. But this guy was just wanted this to be so secretive. He let her linger in his house with a hurt knee, with a hurt leg for days, until he said, you know what? Okay. You can go. I'm done. Like that type of energy, you know. But that's crazy that because he's not really denying anything. He's basically saying she agreed to get ran over. Not a denial. Listen, man, she's only suing for what, $75,000. Go ahead and just take care of the medical bills, man. Now, I'm not saying you should give her a big bag, but I mean, you're basically admitting that you injured her. So just go ahead and take care of that, because trying to fight this in court is just very a waste of time and energy. But I guess what I'm assuming is that his wife is telling him not to pay nothing, because any other guy in this situation would have probably offered to pay. So this whole thing goes away. But the fact that he hasn't paid anything lets me know that his wife is probably in his ear telling him not to pay nothing, while this lawsuit continues to be out there. And because he's not denying anything, he might end up having to pay her that money through judgment, because this guy's judgment is clouded. All he wants to do is sleep around. All these children he's having on his current wife. This woman could have went very bad because of a very dumb decision that Tyreek Hill made. This guy is so obsessed with sleeping around with all these different women that this thing could have went bad because of Tyreek Hill's poor judgment. Why are you, first off, Tyreek, why are you doing tackling drills with this woman? She's not a football player. Yes, she's tall. She's over 6 feet. You know, she's a bigger girl, right? Why are you doing football? That's a very dumb thing to do. But Tyreek Hill's judgment has always been off. That's why he's always gotten into trouble, and he's going to continue to get into trouble. This same guy, Tyreek Hill, said he wanted to be traded and changed his mind when he realized no team is going to trade for you unless, you know, the Miami Dolphins give you away for like a 6th or 7th round pick. So, you know, you're basically going to have to be there. Then he went and tried to apologize to the quarterback. Tyreek Hill is just a guy that makes a lot of dumb decisions. He doesn't protect his seed. He's very loose with this seed, which is why all of these baby mamas and all of these bad decisions is going to come back to bite him. Bro, just go ahead and pay the hospital bills and keep it pushing. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video, share, follow me on Facebook, X, Instagram, and I'll see y'all next one.